How's it going, YouTube? Chris here at My Home Theater. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Got some new content for you today. Just been thinking about some movies here recently that sound really good in Dolby Atmos. And there was a movie that I watched that really stood out to me. It's an older film. A lot of people may love these movies. A lot of people may hate these movies. I am a big fan of them. I hadn't really watched them in a while. I had them way back on Blu-ray, 3D, I don't know, several years ago. And I ended up getting rid of them. But recently, I found them at Walmart on 4K. Had the remastered soundtrack, Dolby Atmos. And I picked up two of the movies. And the one that I'm going to talk about today is The Hunger Games: Catching Fire. It's the second installment in the 4-movie set, and I am telling you, I was just very impressed with what they did with the soundtrack on this movie. I know back in the day it came out, I don't remember exactly what it was, maybe DTS or something, and this also has a DTS soundtrack, but I'm interested in the Atmos. From the very onset of the movie, I mean, they really just went all out, in my opinion, on this soundtrack. I mean, the Atmos is object-based, so they could play sounds in any speaker and make it move anywhere. And that's what I like about the Atmos. But from the opening scene, Katniss is on the lake, and she's got her hunting bow out and stuff, and Gale walks up and steps on a limb or something, and you can hear that crack. And it just comes from that right-hand speaker. Just absolutely amazing. But throughout the whole movie, it seems like the Atmos speakers are just very active. Anytime that they play the Capitol music or the Capitol comes on their little TV sets, it just comes from the Atmos. It comes from everywhere else, but you just really notice it in the Atmos speakers and the height speakers. When they get into the jungle, I mean, you actually feel like you're in that jungle. I mean, that's just how immersive this soundtrack is. And they just did a good job. There's scenes on there with explosions and the bass is just real deep. I got klipsch subs. They don't go all that deep, so I have to turn them down a little bit, but it just has a really, really good bass response in this movie. I was just very impressed. I don't know how many of you viewers have this movie on 4K with the Atmos soundtrack. I suggest picking it up if you like the movies. It will really put your system to the test as far as Atmos. I mean, it's not a real action-packed movie. It's got some action scenes in it. And like I said, I'm a fan of all movies. And I really like Hunger Games. I like the Divergent series. I have them on 4K. But I was just real impressed with Catching Fire. I've watched The Mockingjay Part 1 in Dolby Atmos, and it's really good. But so far, I haven't got Part 2 yet. I haven't got Part 1. But the Catching Fire, I was just so impressed with the sound quality. I wanted to bring this to you guys' attention. If you want a good movie to test your Atmos surround sound, try this out. And I think you'll like it. If you've already watched this movie, hey, drop a comment down below. If you like this kind of content, if you're first time tuning in, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'm trying to have new content weekly, and I thank all of you for joining in and checking me out. And I hope everybody has a good day, and thank you.